Hey Pisces, welcome to Glow in the Dark Tarot. As promised, I am going to do your extended for August 2019. And thank you for tuning in again. So, Pisces, as I said in your first video for August, I do feel like you have experienced an ending. I do feel like you probably in the past went into something and towards something that you thought was a good idea, that presented itself to be something that was worth your time, but then it proved to not be worth your time. I think that, like I said in your other video, I think that you might be thinking about whatever this ending was, whatever this situation was. I have a feeling it has to do with love. I try not to make my readings solely love readings, but I feel like it has to do with love. But I feel like regardless of that ending, you are still kind of, well, one, I said I've had this feeling that you're beating yourself up about it, and I told you that I don't think you should do that. But two, I think that you also are aware of this part of you, this part of your nature, and this ability that you have, whether it's through your finances or whatever, what have you, that you know that you can give a lot. I feel like as far as love, you know that you still have a lot to give, and that maybe you do give a lot. So I think that you are holding on to that part of you that you know is very giving. And I don't think that that is one thing that you are beating yourself up about. In fact, I think that's one thing that you are not allowing this situation to take from you. So let's get into this reading. So you have the Page of Pentacles here, clarifying the Knight of Cups. I definitely think that someone or something came in the past that promised you the world, or promised you things on a silver platter, or promised you some form of stability, or just some form, some solid thing that you thought was solid at the time. And I think that you probably just went for it. I think whatever it was, it did present itself as a knight in shining armor. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think it came to you in a way to where, of course, you wanted to trust it. It had the best face on. Now the Ace of Swords in the reverse, clarifying the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Like I said in the previous video, I think that later you found out that whatever it was upside down, or it turned you upside down, or there was jealousy, there was insecurity. There may have been a form of impatience. And I think that did put a damper, to say the least, on your willingness to give to it. Or maybe it didn't want to give to you in the way that you wanted it to. I do think that you wanted to give love. This might be for some people, but I think you wanted to give love or resources or time to something that wasn't what it appeared to be. This thing, this person, apparently didn't have their shit together the way that they appeared to have it before. You know, you saw under that mask. And maybe in the past, you know, maybe you saw these things and you still tried to work through them, or you had those rose-colored glasses on, as they say. But it still didn't change the reality of what was going on. Like I said, I try to stay away from doing strictly love readings. One thing I also try to do in my videos is I try to be honest. I don't believe in lying to you guys, and I don't believe in creating clickbait. If that's what you guys want me to do, you let me know, but you know, I don't want to play anyone. And I would be playing you if I didn't be honest with you, and if I didn't say that I think someone played you or tried to play you. You have the Emperor in the reverse clarifying the Justice card. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like there is an ending here. I definitely feel like the other party, or who the other institution or whatever, is trying to somehow control the outcome or this situation. There is justice in this situation. I feel like you made whatever decision you made. I feel like it was the right decision to make. But I do feel like there's this sense of control trying to, you know, be enforced on that decision. And maybe this is you just trying to stick to the decision that you made, or maybe this is the other person or the other party or the individual or the group, the structure that's trying to control this decision that you made, even though clearly it looks like it was a decision that you had to make for yourself. But that's what I'm seeing. King of Swords clarifying the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Like I said in the previous video, you are dropping things that aren't your responsibility. I think that you are learning or reevaluating what you can or should be protective of and what you shouldn't be protective of. I think for the main thing is that you know you need to be protective of yourself and other things that you have. But protecting a connection, protecting a job, protecting a situation that is not your responsibility, that is not your burden, that does not serve you, that's not what you're trying to do at all. I do definitely feel like you are making head over heart decisions. You are just going by the facts. Yeah, all this shit has happened. Yeah, you have all these feelings. Yeah, this person did you wrong. Yeah, this job did you wrong. Yeah, this situation did you dirty. But at the end of the day, you got to keep it moving and you got to keep yourself together. And like I said, you are making head over heart decisions. You are looking at the things around you, and you are trying to see what you need to cut out and what can stay in and why. Seven of Swords clarifying the Three of Swords. That's a nasty combination, Pisces. And this is why I said I think someone played you. I think someone played you. Someone lied to you. Look at all that yellow. I mean, don't those cards seem as though they go together? Someone lied to you. There was some bullshit and fuckery afoot. Every time I see this card, I instantly think fuckery. Bullshit and fuckery. And now every time I think of the word fuckery, I think of the color yellow, and I think of this card. Someone did you dirty. And this is why I said I feel like I have this feeling that you are not only thinking about it with the Nine of Swords, but that maybe you are beating yourself up about it. You have the Eight of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Nine of Swords. You're having a hard time walking away from this situation, or someone could be having a hard time walking away from you. Remember that energies and situations are reversible, right? So anything I said, it could be you, or it could be the other person, or it could be the other situation. But this situation is either keeping you or this person up at night. And you or the other person are having a hard time walking away from this. Even if this was in the upright, this is still a bitter pill to swallow. This is kind of like, I don't want to walk away, but I have to walk away. But this is saying that you can't. You can't walk away. At the same time, though, I think that there is this part of you that isn't interested in holding on to the unnecessary things. You aren't interested in clinging to the situation. I think that you know you have to leave the situation behind. But right now, it just feels like maybe you're stuck. You might be taking a pause and purposefully making yourself stuck to process, to think about things. Sometimes when stuff happens, and sometimes in life we need things to be still. We need things to be stuck. So maybe there is that part of us that sticks to our decision, that sticks to that justice energy. But as far as the things in private, as far as the things in our minds, as far as our feelings, as far as, us processing what has happened, we can't quite move on until we feel like we have it figured out, or it's just hard to move on because we are so heartbroken, because someone has done us wrong. There are a lot of lies here, Pisces. There are a lot of lies, and there are a lot of illusions. Sheep in wolf's clothing. Seven of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Six of Pentacles. You don't want to fight. You might have this little part of you that if you see this person, or if you come back to this situation, you might want to tell somebody a thing or three about themselves, or go ham on them, kick their ass. But I think you know that fighting and feeding into that energy and feeding into that pettiness will take away from you. And that goes back to what I was saying of how you, I feel like through all of this, you know that you still have a lot left to give. You know that you still have a lot of love left to give. You know that you still have a lot left after this person. They didn't run off and take everything, even though they tried to, or they wanted to, or they plotted to. So you don't want to fight. I kind of feel like you're at this crossroads where you're like, I can either go this way and become bitter, or and eventually become like this person and this person. Unlearn all the life lessons that I've learned up until this point and become a completely different person, become the type of person that this person was to me. Or I can go this way and stay in love. Continue to do things in love. Not let that person spoil me or ruin me and have that much power over me to where I become a completely different person in a bad way. Head over heart decisions, right? And like I said in the other video, Pisces, you aren't defeated. You aren't completely defeated. Yeah, this happened. And whatever this person or this thing tried to do to you, you know that ultimately they didn't win, because you still want this. You still want this Four of Wands. You still want this stability. You're still looking at it and dreaming for it and longing for it and wanting it. So whether this card represents the perfect family, whether this card represents the perfect foundation, the perfect job, the perfect career, full stability, right? You know it's out there for you, Pisces. And it might not have been with this past person, with this person now, but you know it's out there for you. But before you can have this union that you want, you have to move on. You have to get to a point where this card is in the upright, and as painful as it is, as hard as it is, and you know what? I have a feeling that this fuckery is not done. It's not done. It's going to keep going. And it's going to keep going after you keep moving on. And if this person sees you moving on, they're going to keep doing that fuckery. Why? To get your attention. I just have this narcissistic feeling with this card and this card. That's why I said it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You could clean your house every single day with bleach and Fabuloso, and at some point a roach is still going to get in. It's not your fault. Happens to the best of us, right? So before you can have your Two of Cups, Pisces, you have to move on. You have to turn this card in the upright somehow or another. In the meanwhile, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your emotions, invest in taking care of yourself, invest in your money, invest in your career, get in your bag. Mind your business. Do your own thing. Because at the end of the day, fuckery and bullshit can't take that away from you. Fuckery and bullshit can't fuck with you when you're doing you. Don't give them the power. Don't give them the attention. That's what they want. Usually I would read this card as just overall investments in your career and your finances, maybe even relationships, but I would say it more in a long-term type of way, but I kind of feel like this is kind of short-term. This is like for like the now. And it's clarifying the Queen of Cups. I'm reading that as invest in you. Invest in yourself. Take all that love that was abused by this fuckery, this Seven of Swords fuckery, this possible third party situation, this jealousy in the beginning, this bullshit, and put it towards yourself. Most of the time, that is the best revenge. The Death card in the reverse, clarifying the Two of Cups. Don't be afraid of this change. Or, I'm sorry, Two of Wands. Don't be afraid of change, Pisces. Don't be afraid of this change that you have gotten pushed into. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Let it happen. Don't fight the change and the uncertainty of what lies ahead of you. Don't fight it. With you feeling out in the cold, you are going inward. You are sticking to yourself. Maybe you are doing some inner work. And I suggest that you do. Regardless of who is at fault for this situation, I feel like it's not you, but regardless of who is at fault for this situation, we can always go inside. We can always go inward. There is always something that we can fix with us. And that's not to say that you were partly responsible for this situation. However, we can always upgrade. We can always upgrade ourselves. We are always capable of glowing up. That's why I call this channel Glow in the Dark. We are always capable of glowing in the dark. We are always at a place where we can glow and glow up. So take that time to yourself. And take that time to think. And take that time to go inward. And don't be so afraid of the future. Don't be so insecure. Don't doubt yourself of what you are worthy of and what you deserve. You know what you deserve. I know what you deserve. And don't worry about proving your worth to people who don't see it and don't want to see it. Don't worry about them. Worry about you. So don't be insecure in your ability to manifest. Don't be insecure in yourself and what you are capable of doing and where you are going in the future. Don't allow fuckery and bullshit to make you forget how dope you are. Alright, Pisces? Don't do it. Don't give them the satisfaction. Don't let them win. Okay? So Pisces, this was your extended for August 2019. Thank you again for tuning in to Glow in the Dark Tarot. I will be uploading your video for Virgo season for September shortly, within the week, within the next few days. So look out for that, okay? So if this reading resonated with you, great. If it didn't, I'm so sorry. Please feel free to check out other YouTubers out there until you find a reading that resonates with you. But again, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I've been reading tarot for a little bit, but I just decided to start this channel. So in the coming days and coming weeks, I'm going to be making a lot of changes to the channel and to the videos. So look out for that. Until then, I'm trying to hit 50 subscribers. I know it's a small goal, but Pisces, you can help me meet that goal. If I get a lot of views for this video, I will give you a bonus. I promise, I promise, I promise. I will give you a bonus. Actually, after this video, I'm going to start working on the bonuses for the videos that I got the most views for within the month. Libra is leading it. So Pisces, you have some competition, okay? So again, thank you for tuning in to Glow in the Dark Tarot. Please hit the subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. I want to know what you guys are thinking and how you guys are feeling and what's going on with you guys. Let me know if this resonated with you or not, okay? Again, look out for your other videos, and I will see you around, Pisces. Love you. Bye.